I saw this screen grab and I said, got to double check this before I retweet this. I need to make sure this is true. This is what the screen grab says. Lisa Bloom represents victims of abuse. I believe you, Tara Reade. I believe you, Tara Reade. You have people who remember you told them this decades ago. We know he is handsy. I mean, everyone needs to appreciate what was just said there. We know he is handsy. Thus far, you may not know who they're talking about. We know he is handsy. You want to talk about dog whistles or euphemisms? Handsy means he can't keep his hands off other people's junk. And by junk, I am maybe not junk, but like personal space, uncomfortable personal space. Handsy is not a pat on the shoulder. Handsy is a pat on the butt. We know he is handsy. We know it. We know it. We're talking about Joe Biden, people. You're not asking for money. You've obviously struggled mightily with this. Oh, you're so thoughtful and understanding, Lisa Bloom. You are truly the advocate of women victims of abuse. You truly are. But I still have to fight for Trump, so I will support Joe. But I believe you, and I'm sorry. I mean, by the way, we have to defend a groper in order to beat a man who we're faulting for groping. Remember, this is no one's ever really accused. A few people have accused Trump of improper conduct, but the Billy Bush recording, grabbing them by the, they have to defeat that groping pervert at all costs. So they're going to support another groping pervert, even though they believe that a woman was actually a victim of his groping perversion. I saw it like, oh, and I think it's too ridiculous to be true. So I had to go find the original tweet. Let's see. Oh, it's still there. It's still there, by the way. So as at the time of recording this, we are in Twitter. I got the original tweet, not just a screen grab. Showed my homework, people, because if I ever make a mistake and wrongly accuse someone of, if I retweet a fake screen grab, I will feel terrible. This is the original tweet. I believe you, Tara Reade. You have people who remember you told them about this decades ago. We didn't listen to you then either. We know he is Gropey McGropestein. That can trend. Hashtag Gropey McGropestein. You're not asking for money. You've struggled mightily with this, but I still have to fight for Trump. So I'm going to go support your groping assaulter. But I believe you. But F off. Politics over people. And I'm sorry. Let's just see. I want to see if... Oh my goodness. And then you can go in there and I guess I don't see the actual, just shockingly atrocious. And then you got people, then you got, that doesn't matter. Outrageous. Translation. It really is all about politics. Yep. No. But it gets even worse, I think. Hold on. I think it gets even worse. No, that's as bad as it gets. Let me just see something here. I believe Lisa Bloom, typed properly, represented Harvey Weinstein. Looks like I'm not the first person. The Guardian. Lisa Bloom. Yeah, fine, I'm happy. Lisa Bloom on working for Weinstein. Attorneys represent a lot of distasteful people. Yeah, but attorneys with standards and principles don't represent victimizers. Period. If you know your client is guilty, you don't represent them on the basis of their innocence. I've had this discussion before with criminal lawyers, with my dad, with Dershowitz. If you know your client is guilty, you do not represent them on the basis of their innocence. You try to negotiate a better deal. You try to negotiate a better settlement. You shut your mouth and make the prosecutors prove their case, but you do not represent them on their innocence. So it's not about having distasteful clients. It's about representing abusers when you purport to be the defender of abusers. You represent them, you defend them, and you tell the victims to stuff it. In no uncertain terms, in no uncertain, unequivocal. I believe you, but too freaking bad I'm going to go support your abuser for president of the United States of America. Oh, yeah, and I'm also going to go represent Harvey Weinstein because, my God, talking about exploiting situations to line your pockets. Before representing 5 of Jeffrey Epstein's victims, the lawyer advised the producer on how to discredit his accusers. Does she have any regrets? Yeah, people found out. Okay. I don't even care to read it. Here, go in here and look at this. You can read it, people. Let me go to the aggregate learned internet. Ew, that's awful. Hansi is not the same as what she said he did. No, because Hansi is her political, what's the word when you wash something? Whitewashing. Hansi is her whitewashing. What's the opposite of a dog whistle? I guess a whitewash whistle. It's the Hansi is the whitewash whistle of grope, assault, and all these things. He's sniffy. I am a lefty. I believe Tara. I did not vote for Biden. These crazy times transcend parties. Yeah, believe all women except the Clinton or Biden accusers. That's it. It's believe all women when they're accusing your adversaries. And sorry, politics be politics when they're accusing your people. Tribalism is what it is. There are no friends. There's no loyalty. There is tribalism, and there are allies. And if you're not an ally, you're an enemy. I was going to go with adversary, but I meant enemy. So that's Lisa Bloom's story. Whitewash. The whitewash. I saw this screen grab and I said, got to double check this before I retweet this. I need to make sure this is true. This is what the screen grab says.